Four men are trapped in slick, icy ravines. The first one to make it out wins a $100,000 prize. Each contestant has been given tools based on their profession. The first guy is a fisherman. He's got an ice auger. If he can wedge it into the wall, he can use it as a handle to climb out. The second guy is a chef. He's trying to heat up a frying pan over a flame to sear it onto the ice wall, hoping it'll stick well enough to climb. The third guy is a student. All he's got is a roll of tape. It sticks, sure, but it's not nearly strong enough to hold his weight. The fourth guy says he's unemployed. He doesn't have any tools at all. He's forced to try and climb with his bare hands. He tries a few different moves, but nothing's working. Meanwhile, the fisherman successfully wedges his tool into the wall. He tests the strength. It's barely holding him. He tries to climb, but slips and falls a bunch of times. Then he gets a new idea. He starts using the auger to drill small notches into the wall, using them like a ladder. This turns out to be a much better strategy. Let's check back in with the student. He also thinks about making notches in the wall, but he doesn't have the right tools. He tries breaking the ice with his phone, but it's painfully slow. Then he grabs his laptop and starts hacking away at the ice. It works, but it's definitely wrecking the computer. Over there, the chef is struggling. The hot pan just won't stick to the wall. He finds some scraps of cloth in his bag and ties them together to make a rope. He tries to freeze it to the wall using hot water. If he gets enough of them, it could be a ladder, but they just aren't holding. Then he remembers he's actually got a real rope in his bag. He comes up with a new plan. He makes a rope ladder, ties cloth to the ends, weighs it down with his bag, and tosses it out. The ladder hangs against the wall. Now he just has to wait for the wet cloth to freeze solid against the ice. The unemployed guy is still stuck. He can't find a way out. Then he remembers his muffler. He soaks one end, tosses it up, and waits for it to freeze to the surface. By now, the fisherman has carved out plenty of notches. He switches to a knife to speed things up. As he climbs, he keeps cutting into the wall. After about 20 minutes of hard work, he finally reaches the top. He's the first one out. The unemployed guy's muffler has frozen shut now. He tries to climb, but the wall is too slick. It's hard to trust his whole weight to just one muffler. The chef's rope ladder is finally ready. It looks a bit flimsy, but he goes for it. Surprisingly, it's pretty sturdy. He makes it to the top easily. Now, the chef is out too. The student rethinks his strategy and comes up with something new. He uses his laptop to scoop ice into his bag. Then, he uses the tape to secure it, creating a counterweight, and throws it out. One bag wasn't enough, so he stuffs his clothes with ice to make a second weight. The unemployed guy also refines his method. He realizes he has no place for his feet, so he takes off his clothes, ties them to the muffler, and creates a makeshift ladder. He somehow makes it to the top edge, but he's completely exhausted. Moments later, he loses his grip and falls back down. The student is also in trouble. The weights are holding him up, but he can't get a grip on the wall. He's just dangling there, and the tape is slowly stretching thin. His palms are starting to burn, like a thin rope cutting in.